investigation of past lives and past eras. I'm grateful to all those who have helped by furnishing information, loaning books, and allowing me to reproduce photographs and correspondence. Susanna de Vries, Brisbane, 2004. Quote, "There is no poetry here, only pain, misery, and death." Sister Alice Kitchen, 1915. Introduction. Contrary to popular belief, for centuries women have been involved in war. Queen Boadicea, or Boudica, took up arms to defend her family and lands. Florence Nightingale took a band of devoted women to nurse wounded soldiers in the Crimea. Mata Hari and Australia's Ethel Cooper acted as spies behind enemy lines. In 1900, a group of Australian nurses, including the redoubtable Sister Nellie Gould, accompanied the 2nd New South Wales Army medical contingent to the Boer War. On her return, Sister Gould founded the Army Nursing Reserve, which supplied the first nurses to military hospitals in Egypt in 1914. By the second year of the Great War, Australian nurses, doctors and volunteer ambulance drivers were helping wounded Serb soldiers in Greece. Why were they there? The answer lay in the racial melting pot known as Sarajevo. The assassination of Austrian Archduke Franz Ferdinand on the 28th of June 1914 in the predominantly Serb town of Sarajevo would escalate a small local war of retribution into a world war that killed millions. The pretext for waging war was the fact that Archduke Franz Ferdinand, heir to the Austrian Empire, was murdered by Gavrilo Princip, a young Serb, and a member of a terrorist gang called the Black Hand. Princip and his fellow terrorists wanted to use the assassination of the Archduke to highlight the religious and racial grievances of thousands of Orthodox Serbians and Bosnians living under the rule of the Catholic Austro-Hungarian Empire. Unfortunately, their plan misfired, bringing years of misery and conquest to the very people they aimed to help. As Princip was a Serb, Austria believed the Serb government must be involved, which it was not. The Austrians were outraged. As a result, Austrian soldiers attempted to capture Belgrade, capital of Serbia. Initially they were repulsed, but they returned with German guns and planes and overran most of Serbia. In the midst of winter, the Serb army, accompanied by a group of brave Australian nurses who had enlisted as volunteers, retreated through thick snow to Albania and then to the port city of Salonika, Thessaloniki, held by Greece. The retreat was forever after known as the March of Death, because so many died while crossing the snow-covered mountains. It was against this background that Germany's Kaiser Wilhelm falsely claimed that France was planning to invade Germany. He seized the opportunity to strike first, sending German soldiers to march through neutral Belgium en route to capture Paris and northern France. While there, they committed atrocities against women and children, which feisty Australian-born war correspondent Louise Mack would document for London's Daily Mail. Britain defended Belgian neutrality and declared war on Germany. Australia, as part of the British Empire, supported Britain, and lacking a permanent army, raised what became known as the Australian Imperial Force, AIF, to fight in Europe. It was this force, a combination of men from every state in Australia, which helped forge Australians together as a nation. On the way to Europe, there was a change of plan. Australian troops were sent by British High Command to the Gallipoli Peninsula to fight against the Turks, who supported Germany and had been supplied with German armaments. On Anzac Day,
to keep listening to this audiobook. I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.